Looks like I remembered correctly. Here we are.
Wow, this is awesome! Hard to believe it was just an...
Yeah, it was still completely deserted only a few days ago when I passed by on my way to testify at the Opera House. There must be some efficient workers in Fontaine. Quite impressive.
A few days? One night was all it took. Grab-a-tap-tap, ta-da! But is this all it takes to blow people away? Oh, no. Given my past experience, I can't let myself get carried away. Wow, I can't believe you actually remember me. It's me, Lapine Pauline. That's right, the unlucky one. Of course! How else would we have managed to build Fantasyland in a...
Fantasyland?
At least that's how I like to think of it myself. A magical land of fantasy, the stuff of film buffs. I know it sounds like I'm laying it on thick, but that really is. As you can see, the theme of this amusement park is Fontainian filmmaking, a place for all film lovers to come together and
Co-construct? Well, that's a relief. Sounds like you're sharing the cost this time, right?
Nope! I might be inviting others to help fund this, but that doesn't mean I haven't thrown all my
Huh? You've got to be kidding. Ha! Look at you, puny little humans. Recklessly betting your entire future against some... If you're expecting even an ounce of sympathy from the almighty Dragon Lord, dream on, mocker...
Sorry, just ignore that little gizmoid. He likes to butt in occasionally. Do go on.
Gizmoid? Who you calling Gizmoid? You're the Gizmoid!
Wow! That's quite a nifty... You ought to let Miss Charlotte see your cool gadget. Who knows? Maybe...
Mass production? Insolent, vulgar, and disres... I, the almighty Dragon Lord, am one of a kind! There has never been another like me, nor will there ever be! And another thing, I shall have you know that I am Kahulahau, forebear of ancient wisdom. I lived for...
What? Heavens above! I beg your pardon for...
Idiot meets idiot.
What's all the fuss? Making some new friends, are we?
Miss Navia! Allow me to introduce the star behind all the work that's gone into this venue. Miss Navia, president of Fontaine Spina di Rosula.
Hello, everyone. Partner, Paimon, how have you been lately?
Hello there. I'm Kanich.
What about me? What about me? My useless servant can't even give me a proper introduction.
You'd think someone yelling their name out in the middle of a public street really needs an
He's not wrong. I caught yours just... So, you must be the almighty Dragon Lord, Mr. Ahau.
Oh, see that? That's what I... Well, it's not every day you meet a well-mannered human. Navia, was it? Excellent. You may address the almighty... Navia, don't you think the title almighty...
It's no big deal. All little animals do that, don't they? I mean...
Anyway, it's all thanks to Miss Navia and the Spina di Rosula that Fantasyland's gotten up and running in the space of a... honestly, thank heavens! After all that paperwork and endless waiting, the event and venue finally... I couldn't wait a moment longer! The second the approval came through, I reached out to... After all, who else but the Spina di Rosula would indulge such impulse...
Sorry, Traveler. Miss Lapine Pauline sometimes gets a bit overwhelmed. I'm guessing she hasn't gone into much detail about the event yet. In short, the Chevalmoran Film Fantasyland is a fan convention that's open to film enthusiasts from all over Teyvat. Miss Lapine Pauline is hosting this event, and also providing technicals.
Huh?
That's right, the one and only. Sir, after much persistence and many solicitations, I finally obtained Lady. Not only is our adorable mascot drawing in fans by the minute, but she's also boosting her own popularity.
It's been a while since we last met, but still, it's a... By the way, Miss Lapine Pauline, have you decided to switch careers?
Not exactly. By chance, one of the prototype lenses I developed caught a photographer's eye, and it's now being used for the latest cinematic productions. Thanks to this unexpected opportunity, I've had the chance to invent various film-related equipment and props.
That's right. So don't underestimate Miss Lapine Pauline. our resident, and as for the Spina di Rosula, we're mainly here to take care of planning, operations, and management. For anyone feeling inspired to set up a booth, Miss Lupine, Pauline, and I will provide the necessary technical and operational support once their application... By the way, Traveler, are you at all interested in taking... It would be a chance for you to earn some extra income. Plus, with your skills, I'm sure you could bring something special to the table.
Paimon would be even more tempted if you were to, say, throw in one of those fancy feasts.
Well, as it happens, everyone needs to eat, whether they be tourists. So thanks to Miss Navia's help, we've managed to invite none other than the celebrity chef, Miss... Look over there!
You! Yes, you! For the last time, the ingredients have to be in the right ratio! Get it right next time, or you might as well just lie down on the...
She seems a bit busy right now.
Well, I'm sold. I think I'll make a Hao go be her assistant.
You little... What's your game here?
Demoiselle, sorry to bother you, but there's an issue over here that requires your personal...
Apologies. Looks like it's back to work with me. Please, anyway, if you're interested in taking part, come find me later. Traveler, it's you! Ready to join the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland crew? It's time, dear partner in Paimon, for us to turn our attention to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland. As I mentioned, the park was started up by enthusiasts who brought in the Spina di Rosula to handle the planning, construction, and operations. Of course, enthusiasts aren't typically all-around experts. They usually stick to designing the event, but we, for our part, handle long-term operations and develop standardized strategy guides for the different activities.
Long-term operations? We spend most of our time adventuring, and we barely have any experience running a stall. Do you think we can handle this?
That's more like it. You've seen it all before, haven't you, partner? I'd even go as far as to say you've shaped some of Teyvat's biggest business ventures. Anyway, first things first. Let's get an overview of how the whole the Spina's only been able to hire a limited number of craftsmen. Besides, we don't have enough experience to handle multiple projects and that's why I chose to adopt a time slot-based planning method, so we can focus on specific upgrading facilities, expanding the venue, hiring staff. All of this requires funds and time slots to accomplish. So, it's our job to allocate precious time slots in each business cycle to the most worthwhile tasks. As we attract more guests and earn money to add to our funds, we'll also be able to work more efficiently. Which will allow us to divide each cycle into finer time slots, which
Which means kinda like... Paimon thinks she just about gets it. How do you feel about it, Traveler? Yep, come on, we can do this! You mentioned standardized strategy guides just now. Does that mean there are non-standard ways to take...
of course, film and entertainment mean different things to different people, and there's gonna be a wide range of exciting activities for people to try out. If we're not careful, some visitors might wander off and end up getting in trouble, and others might pick up dangerous props by mistake. To avoid confusion, we need to create a standardized strategy guide for each activity. Just think of it like a walkthrough.
Wow, if we're the first ones to test out the activities, but if we hit a tough spot, we'll just have to rely on our skills to carry us...
Hopefully it goes without saying that I'd never put you in danger, partner. I carefully checked all the existing activities before... I also wanted you to experience the activities before anyone else gets to. It'll be fun. Plus...
Oh, those are two things Navia is best at! Making people feel safe.
Great! Well, I can't wait to hear what you think. Your input is super important to us. Alright then. Let's start with eclectic escapades. Both of you seem even more excited than before. Looks like your first trial run.
Paimon hasn't actually watched that many films, but after trying it out, she might just be hooked!
Great job, Paimon. That's exactly what our enthusiast friends... They'd be beyond delighted to hear that visitors are curious about the films that inspired these attractions. Some have even been willing to contribute extra funds out of their own pockets. Where budgets have allowed, of course.
Out of their own pockets?
That's right. While the Spina di Rosula covers the cost of basic booth materials and rental fees, many fans have personally funded promotional materials and related merchandise. The cost of the booth itself isn't their main expense. Some of them have already started designing spin-off products inspired by film character. Take our official mascot, Surintendant Chevalmoran, for instance. Many people have expressed interest in designing cushions based on her image, using the highest quality fabrics and hiring the most skilled artisans to mass-produce them. These cushions will officially go on sale at the next convention alongside lots of similar products. Sounds irresistible, right? Plus, as Surintendant Chevalmoran's guardian and official image rights agent, Farina will receive 60% of the sales revenue. After all, the fans are doing this voluntarily, not for profit, but to promote Surintendant Chevalmoran's adorable image. The more Mora ends up in Farina's purse, the better Surintendant Chevalmoran's meals will be. And who wouldn't be happy to hear that?
Oh, Paimon likes the sound of that! Everyone working hard for something they all love!
Still, we can't just ignore Mora completely. Whether it's fan creations or official commercial project, the same logic applies to the Chevalmoran Film Fantasyland. Once we finish the standardized strategy guides, our attractions can officially be open to the public. There's plenty of work to do at the various booths, and the park itself is a work in progress. We'll need to assign dedicated employees to maintain... There's a recruitment section on the park's bulletin board. We've received many applications, and each candidate has their strengths. Our job is to match the best candidates to each attraction based on their overall... Once assigned, the staff will keep the attractions running, ensuring a continuous revenue stream.
Wait, so we've suddenly gone from being playtesters to heads of human resources? That's definitely a first for us. Just don't hold everyone up to your own standards, okay? You can't expect everyone else to be as capable as you. Alright, time to review some resumes. Fingers crossed we'll get some exceptional candidates. Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
You're both doing great. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran film, running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's Well, the numbers might not look that impressive. But building on this momentum, we must consider rolling out more unique business strategies during the next... To draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs. My good friend is Scott. She'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that note, let's...
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too? There are some...
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check.
Hey there, Escoffier!
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rosula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say,
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Boer. Wherever you walk, the aroma of...
I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle.
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. Using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract more visitors to the... But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary masterpieces will surely have up... Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and taste all the legendary food.
Then Paimon come every single day!
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public based on research by a certain food branding consultant. Many restaurants have started offering a special, so give me some inspiration every few business cycles, and I'll decide on our next theme dish. Now then, give me your hand. How warm and energetic. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength. Alright, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form. I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste. Perfect for indulging yourself after a... But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these barbecue ribs should... As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why... Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh, if I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for several days after. The workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5. And then, because they clocked out early...
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes.
That's a great idea! Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with... The artisans are pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading this...
That's right. Based on my business experience with the Spina di Rosula, an attraction will... When that happens, we can... Whew, that should be everything. Looks like you've pretty much mastered...
Huh? Have we really? Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. Your intuition's been guiding the... I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. even if you're not a...
Whoa, seeing your own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot your words. From here on out, we'll be running the Chevron Moran Film Fantasy